Hi, everyone. How is it going? I know I'm on early, uh, really early. Well, I don't see. Oh well. I'm I'm coming on early today. I wanted to come on a little bit later, and talk. I had some stuff I wanted to share and everything, and my wife had a procedure done today, and I couldn't I'm like taking care of her. So I only have a little bit of time. Only I yesterday I took a nap. I've been having trouble sleeping. So I took a nap. First time in a long time that I laid down in the daytime to take a nap. Well, I didn't sleep long. It was about an hour the first time and then about a half hour the second time. But the first time I had a dream, and I don't dream. I've been hearing everybody else's dreams. Like my wife had a huge tsunami dream. Everybody has disaster dreams lately. I've been getting disaster dreams from friends, and a lot of them have tsunamis in them. My sister, she was just here, taking my mom shopping, freeing me up. Otherwise I would be the one taking her shopping, but because my wife had the procedure, my sister's taking my mom shopping. So I'm the one that it gives me some time, and my wife's like taking a little nap. And I thought, man, I'm gonna get on here really quick and say what's up with everyone and see how you doing. How's it going, Protean? How are you? But only I thought I don't have enough time to talk about what I want to talk about and what I want to share, some things about Bigfoot. I'll save that for another time. Maybe hopefully this weekend I can come back like Sunday or something and for a little while. And I know there's probably not going to be a ton of people on right now because it's kind of early, and I normally come on a little bit later so everybody on the East Coast is off work and all that. Hi Ruthann. So I hope my sound is okay. I'm still playing around in the studio and doing everything and moving stuff around. Hopefully the wall hangings come next, and I want to highlight some of it on the wall, so it's not just a blank wall behind me. And after this, but let me get back to what I was talking about, the dreams. Over the last 3 or 4 years, all kinds of people have been coming to me and asking, they think I can interpret dreams. And a funny thing is I kind of can. I understand dreams, and I've read lots of books on it. We've interviewed all these people, not where we put them on a show, but where we've talked to people that have been abducted or seen UFOs or other paranormal experiences, and they have dreams, and we sit and talk about the dreams. And I'm pretty good about interpreting them, but I couldn't interpret my dream. I have no idea. Yeah, DD, there's been quite a few people dreaming about forest people. Hi, Winter, how are you? So my wife had this little procedure, and I'm taking care of her today, and she's kind of like taking a little nap. So I thought, okay, jumping on. I know this is going to record, and everybody, I'm sorry if you didn't catch it live. I will make sure that I do a live one for everybody. And I what I want is, after before I even get started here, if you have had lately any dreams, tsunami, disaster, anything like that, put them in the comments, and or email me or contact me somehow at Facebook if you're a Facebook person. I have a link to the Squatch Zone Facebook page. You can get a hold of me there. Even though I don't check it, I have a Patreon. You can get a hold of me at Patreon. But I want to hear everybody's dreams, because there's a certain theme in most everybody's dreams. Mine didn't go with that theme, except for that it was not good. Mine was kind of different, and that's why when I got the few minutes to come on, I wanted to come on and talk about this dream. So my dream was almost as soon as I fell asleep, I'm outside leaning on a truck I don't own, but in the dream I did, and I don't know if that has any meaning to it or not. But the main part of it was I was looking up and I seen a huge jet, kind of like a B-52, but it looked bigger than a B-52, and it was white. 4 engines, 2 on each wing. It was putting off contrails, and it wasn't flying really high. And I was looking at it thinking, man, that is one huge plane. About that time, underneath the belly of it opened up, and it was quite a big opening. And 3 missiles dropped out, almost like one after the other, really quick, and took off, leaving their own contrail, leaving white contrail. And one of them was heading towards our airport. And I don't know how I knew that, but I just knew it was going off in the direction of the airport, and it was losing altitude really fast and heading straight for the airport. And then the other one, or one of the other ones, was headed straight for the town I live in. And I was thinking, man, that one might get close, because it was coming pretty quick and it was losing altitude really fast. And I'm not meaning that it was falling out of the sky or anything. It was intentionally losing altitude and taking off straight for us over here. Hey, Southpaw Kev, how are you doing? And Raven. And about that time, the one that was going for the airport hit the airport and and these weren't really little missiles. These were like rocket size. They were kind of big, where I could see them pretty good. A pretty good sized missile, like what would shoot out of a submarine or something like that. And it hit the airport, and not just a few seconds later, the other one hit the town that I live in, and not far from me. And the airport's not far from me either, mileage wise, like maybe 4 miles. So not real far. And it threw the one by the airport, and I guess the one in Clovis threw a bunch of debris up in the air, like way up in the air. When it blew up, it sent things flying. And I looked up, looking at the stuff flying, and I realized there was like I think it was a 55-gallon drum was coming straight for me. And I yelled at everybody to run and get cover. And I dropped on the ground, rolled under the pickup truck that I was leaning on. And this 55-gallon drum hit right where I was standing and bounced off quite a ways, like it made a big bounce. And I didn't see any more debris, so I peeked out, and about that time I seen this water tower that is in Clovis, and it says Clovis on it. And what was amazing is as it came down, it was coming not straight for me, but close by. It was going to hit, and I could actually read what was on the water tower. Before it hit, I woke up. And I'm thinking, what in the world? You know, I have to remember this dream. I got to remember it. And I got up and walked around, and I was thinking, man, maybe I should write it down, you know. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll get my cell phone and I'll record it on my cell phone, because I don't want to remember. I don't want to forget this dream. I want to remember it. And I wandered around and I thought, nah, none of those. And I thought, I'll remember it. So what I did was I said it out loud. I repeated it to myself. I said the dream out loud, even though nobody was there, 3 times. And I learned that a long time ago, that if you want to remember something, you can say it, and say it 2 or 3 times, and you'll remember it. And so that's what I did. Hi, Ed. How are you? Greetings and salutations, my brother. So I think, okay, that was really weird. And I still feel sleepy, so I lay down and immediately fall asleep, which normally I'll lay there for 2 or 3 hours before I really drop off. But I fell asleep pretty quick. And right away, I was right back in this dream. Only this time, like when the missiles were launched and exploded, it was daytime, around this time of day on the West Coast, so 5 o'clock, and it was summertime, or maybe early fall. And I dropped right in the same dream, but this time it was night. And I was standing outside. How's it going, James and Christy? CEA, how are you? I haven't heard of any people having airplane dreams, but only I want to hear about the airplane dreams. So people that have these dreams, I want to hear about them. This is something I want to talk about more, or really get more in depth in, because it is happening. More and more people that I know are having dreams, and a lot of people are even coming to me that I don't know, that just find me through YouTube and telling me their dreams. Hi, Pam and Jaden and Jerry. Greetings, Michigan. Jerry in Michigan. Hi, Elle. So I go back to sleep, and I wind up right back in this dream. Only this time it's dark, and I'm looking up, and there's a war going on. There's actual dogfights, planes dogfighting, and they're shooting little rockets at each other, and they're shooting machine guns at each other. And I'm thinking, wow, there was about 10 planes that I could see. And now these are regular fighter jets. And I could see 10 around, estimating. I mean, the sky wasn't totally full of them, but they were shooting at each other. And that's when I realized I was hearing something around me, this weird noise around me. And I looked to my left, and there was a large tree, and I could see the leaves falling, and I seen the dirt being popped by ammunition, by bullets. And there was several people standing with me, all relatives and friends, and I yelled, "Run in the house!" And there was actually some grandkids in the house, and they wanted to come out and see what all this was, and I was yelling at them to stay in the house, while I was looking at these jets. When I realized that the shooting was going on all around me, and that we might take a few bullets, like, we better get in the house. So I ran, yelled at everybody to run in the house, and I got inside the house, and I woke up again. And this time when I woke up, it was it was a shock to me that it wasn't real. I really thought it was real. And when I woke up, it was a shock that I was expecting all this stuff going on, and then I was just laying there, and it was like a real shock to realize that it was a dream, and really freaked me out. Hi, Roland. How are you? So that was it. I didn't have any more dreams. Now you gotta realize I don't dream. I don't have dreams normally at all. I guess because of my physical condition, the disability I have, I don't hit the REM sleep very often, and I take a lot of meds, so I probably need to get in this, to the dreamland state, but I hardly ever do. And I can't even hardly recall the last time I even had a dream. So I have, okay, now the other dreams, wow, I don't know what that was. Something trying to get me. Whoa. So now everybody else has been having dreams, earthquakes, tsunamis, and I know there's meanings to them, but I'm having a feeling with all the dreams, these are not. It's not like this. The tsunami means something other than a tsunami, and the earthquakes mean anything other than a earthquake. Why would, I mean, there's not that many people having the same kind of psychological problem where they're relating it as a tsunami, overtaking their life, and they don't have any control, and that kind of thing going on. I actually believe these dreams are really tsunamis and they're really earthquakes. And what really got me was I've been following earthquakes for months, possibly even a year. And recently, I think I even talked about this a while back. There's a guy called Dutch Sense, and they spell sense, Sinse, Dutch Sense, all one word. He has like 375,000 subscribers, really big YouTube channel. And it isn't unusual for him to have 100,000 views or 200,000 views. But lately, he's only been having 11,000 views. Now, this guy is pretty well spot on. I've been following him a long time. I off and on for 3 years, steady for 8-9 months. Now, recently, I noticed that I wasn't, you get the little thing pop up that says, in fact, I got one right here. Maybe that's what that was. You get the little pop-up saying somebody's going live, or they put a video up or something. And I would normally get those from him. Well, the last week, I haven't been getting anything from him. And my sister came to me 3 days ago with an earthquake dream that included a tsunami. And while she's telling me, my wife is sitting there 3 days ago, and my wife starts talking about the tsunami. After she tells her dream, then my wife starts telling her dream about this tsunami that is huge. And my sister was having the same kind, almost, they could have been the same dream almost. They were both concerned that where we live, that the wave would be so high that it would go over the mountains and maybe affect us. And that would mean it would go over the coast range of California, across the Central Valley, and we live right next to the Sierras, the other mountain range. So it would be for them to be concerned, both of them in their dream, to be concerned about the tsunami being that big, it would have to be this huge earthquake. So and then in the news yesterday or the day before yesterday, I see that Google was put up an article, and I should have got it ready so I could pull it up and show you guys this article. They're talking about the big one in California, and they're actually saying that they think that there's going to be a big earthquake in California. And that's actually when I started thinking, hey, I haven't seen Dutch since posting any videos. Maybe he went on vacation or something. Normally he's fairly regular with his videos. I mean, he doesn't have set days and times, but he's fairly regular. And I haven't seen anything in 5 or 6 days, maybe 7. So I went and looked, and he was predicting on the west side of Interstate 5, he's predicting a huge earthquake to where for a 700 or more mile movement of the plate, he's estimating 45 feet. 45 feet is what he estimates the plate. And I think right after, now all this is all happening at the same time. My wife and my sister and other people are telling me about earthquake and tsunami dreams. That would create quite a tsunami, especially in the Northwest. And it looks like that YouTube or Google, which owns YouTube, shadow banned him. So all of his views, he only had like 11,000 views. And I was thinking, whoa, that's weird, because within a 24-hour period, he has 125,000 or more views. So that was weird. And then I thought, well, maybe that's why I didn't get alerts that he put these videos up, because he's actually been talking about California for a couple of months. And it started off in Alaska with some 6.0s, and they were moving down the coast, and Oregon hasn't been putting any information about anything. So the earthquakes stop at the Oregon border on both sides, north and south. And California's been having some 5.4s, and those are normal for us. I mean, not normal, but we're used to those kind. That's about the size. Anything bigger than that, when it gets to a 6 or a 7, that's really shaking it up. Well, something moving 45 feet, that is huge. That reminds me of Alaska. Yeah, I think it was 1964 or something like that, where the ground moved like that and sunk 20 feet or 10 feet, something like that. I would have to go back and look at that. But I want to tell everyone that maybe we ought to be doing a little prepping, like have some water. There's enough of it going on, enough of these dreams that I've heard, that people may want to like prepare for something that may happen, a disaster, because I'm feeling like there could be one. How's it going, Javier? How you doing? And Connie and Jaden. Yeah, now I want to hear if you guys have been having dreams recently about these types of things. Planes with shooting, wars, tsunamis, earthquakes, disaster stuff. I want to hear it, and I'm going to try to figure out if this is like a coincidence. I don't think it's a coincidence that these kinds of dreams are ramping up, and only because I don't dream. So when I have a dream, to me, that's like a big deal. Because usually, if I do have a dream, it's nonsensical, like doesn't make sense. There no real disasters or anything. I'm running and I start going sideways or something like that. Just dumb stuff. This is the first time I ever had one that was in color and was so real that when I woke up, it was a shock that I was dreaming. I really thought it was really happening. So that really messed with me right there. So I want to hear about everybody's dreams, and I'm going to keep researching the dreams. I'll do some homework and stuff, and then in the next show I do, I'm going to do on dreams, and hopefully I can. If you guys have anything, I can maybe take some calls from you guys, and I'll stay on as long as necessary. I'll clear a 3 hour time frame, and we'll talk dreams, and I'll do some homework and come up with see just how close we are to these earthquakes. And I know there's volcanoes waking up every day. There's more volcanoes than ever right now going off. Earthquakes are on the rise all around the world. Big ones too, not little ones, pretty big ones. There's cracks all over the earth opening up everywhere. There's a caldera in New Mexico that's waking up, and it's bigger than Yellowstone. It's a super volcano, and that's what a caldera is. Like that's the part where all the lava comes from. Well, this is like a huge it's bigger than Yellowstone, and it had a 5.4 earthquake in it or something like that, in the fives, and it's waking up. So find, like, if you have dreams and stuff like that, leave your dream, tell me you had a dream in the comments, and let me know, and we'll figure out how we can. Even if you don't want to come on and call in or anything, I still want to hear the dream. I want to hear about it. Maybe we can talk on the phone, just me, a personal phone call, not on the air or anything. I want to hear the dreams. I will want to share them though, because I want to kind of collate everything and see if this is really something or not. And I believe it is something. Now with my dream, I also follow the QAnons, and we're having a battle. There's a war going on right now behind the scenes. But it really, nobody ever talks about bombers and dog fights or anything like that. But people are dying in this. In fact, I think it was the first lady was even poisoned when they said she went in for kidney failure, or kidneys were having problem with her kidneys. Really, she was poisoned. And then you remember the missile that was launched over by Hawaii. When I went in, and because of my dream, I did a little bit of research on what's going on with what's going on. So I found that missile that was fired off out of a submarine by Hawaii a few months back, that actually was aimed at Air Force One. And they rerouted him, and an F-16, I think it was, shot the missile down. So there is a war going on besides the Earth doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And I'm going to try to figure out what's going on here. Yeah, Ed, my wife has those kinds of dreams where the snakes and stuff. Now that one I would see that might be a dream that's more something going on in your life, not meaning snakes. Like the snakes represent something in your life, that might be not going well or something like that. I don't think it has anything really to do with snakes, like, but only now the tsunami ones, it could mean that you have no control over your life, and it's going to be just like a big wave and just crash over you and, mess up your whole world, if you know what I mean. But I've heard so many in the last, especially the last few weeks, going back 3 years easy, but they're not coming like they are now. That it would be, I would hear about a dream, and then several months I would hear another same kind of dream, and a couple of months later another one. Well, now it's like everybody I run into, if you say dream, everybody's telling me these dreams, and some people are contacting me, they're having the same dreams over and over, the same kind of, and it's always tsunamis and earthquake disaster type dreams. And it's kind of weird that the movies are all about that right now too. Like The Rock just did the earthquake movie. It was kind of cheesy, but I mean, I didn't see it. I was just looking at the trailer and I thought it was cheesy. But there could be something going on when you look at the movies that's coming out. Then you look at what happened to Dutch Sense, and I tell everybody, I don't usually promote other people's channels, but I will say, go look at Dutch Sense and go back on a few videos that he does them weekly. And I've been following him for a while, and he is pretty dead on his predictions. In fact, I think that's why that he's starting to get in trouble with the USGS, because he's found out how the dynamics of the earth work, and he can predict if there's an earthquake over here. He can predict what size it's going to be, and he can even give you a date range of when it should hit and an area within 200 miles of where it should hit. Some really good stuff. So I say go and check him out. Hi Renee, how are you? Yeah, Ed, you're right. Most people's dreams are about the stresses, and that, I mean, I'm pretty good at interpreting that stuff. I've been doing it for a long time. I've read lots and lots of books on it. Uh, Only this one has a feel that it's not. That isn't what it is. So, but only that I don't have a lot of time. I'm taking care of my wife. For everybody that came late, my wife had a procedure this morning, and not bad, just a simple little thing. It's actually the third one in a string of them, and it's like just a simple little thing that's actually, after this last one, we don't have to go anymore, and it wasn't life threatening or anything like that. Just something they wanted to take care of with that's inside of her. But she has to stay down, and for at least today, and she's real demanding. Shh, don't tell nobody, but but I was able to get away for a few minutes. I'm like, man, I got to tell everybody about my dream, and then I want to hear about everybody's dream. Plus, before I go, I'm in this it's called Streamlabs OBS. It's a free studio software, but it comes with a store where you can sell merchandise. And I actually created some merchandise, and I only have the logo that I normally use with the foot that says Squatch Zone. That's all I have so far. I'm not an artist. I'm not that great, but I have that, and I have the store, and I put up a few things. And let me know what you think of that. If you guys want something, go ahead and get it. If not, that's okay. I just was like, wow, it has a store, and I wanted to put some stuff up, and I actually made I use clip art, free clip art stuff, but I actually made the logo, and I'm pretty proud of myself. And then I have a few other ideas, only I maxed out my store. I can't put any more items in it. So I'm going to do Spreadshirt or whatever they call that, and create some more stuff, and I'll put links. But I already put the link to the Streamlab merchant store, or whatever they call it. And then to tell me about your dreams, there's a link for Patreon site that I go and check all the time, and that might be like, if you want to do it private, that might be a really good place to do it, to tell your dream privately over in the Patreon area, because I know you could become a Patreon and everything is private, but there is a public side to it, but there's a private side to it too. So it's something. And thank you for all the prayers. That your guys' prayers are great. I hope that the people that we prayed for last week are doing better this week, especially Renee. Are you feeling better? I hope you are. I believe you are. I'm going to believe that you are. Hi, Miss Melanie. Too much nicotine gum. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, man, that's not cool, Jaden. You dream about getting drafted, and the war thing, I don't even know where that came from for me. The airplanes and the rockets, and what really blew me away was maybe my dream, maybe the planes and stuff like that aren't, maybe it is a disaster coming, and it's going to reach all the way to here and be real destructive. Only my dream showed it as jets and rockets and stuff like that. And then it could be that there's a civil war coming, the way who knows, the way America's been going lately. The news is off the hook weird. I can't believe that some of the things they're saying and reporting, it's just absolutely, I mean, I saw one talking, a senator even talking about the president's wife and calling her a hoe bag. Like, can't you get arrested for that? Like, what's going on? And you would have tried to do that with Obama and see how far under the jail they put you. I can't believe it. It's getting really ridiculous. And I don't know if you could hear it. My dogs are going off, or my mom's dogs are going off. But I don't have a lot of time. This is about it. I just wanted to come in and tell everybody about my dream, let you know that I wanted to do a longer time tonight. I actually wanted to do around 2 hours later this evening. I'm glad you guys all popped in. I'm still continuing to pray for everyone every single day. That I love praying for you guys, and also for myself and my family and the president and our country. I pray for everything all the time. I'm a prayer warrior. I consider myself a prayer warrior, and I consider all of you prayer warriors if you want to be prayer warriors. And I really thank you for all the prayers and the support that you guys give me. You guys are great. I wouldn't even, I don't know what I would do without all this. It's just amazing, and I could feel the love, and I could feel the prayers, and I want to thank you so much, so much. Wow, file cabinet for your dreams. That is freaking awesome. It could be truth bombs, but whatever it is, it's going to affect the city I live in, because I saw the water tower, the actual water tank that's like an old water tower, and I could even see that tower from my house. That's the weird part. But it as it came down, it was coming down, and I could see the actual name of the city as it was coming straight at me. And then I woke up. Maybe it was going to kill me. I don't know. And you can't die in a dream. But it was weird that it had that. To me, that would, like, if I was going to interpret that, I would interpret it as not really affecting me so much as actual geographic location, because it was showing the city. And I know the missile hit this city. You know, in the first dream, the missile did hit the city. The second dream, there was just a war going on in the sky, but there was going to be casualties of people just in the way. Just because you're outside or the bullets fly through your house, there was going to be something going on, and there was going to be a lot of fire coming down, you know, bullets and rockets missing their target, and they were going to hit the people on the ground. And that freaked me out. That's what woke me up, actually, was that freaked me out, the idea that there was a bunch of kids in my house, and those bullets could go through the house. I could even see the tracer rounds. That's what's weird. And I don't know why I would even think of that stuff. I mean, I don't watch movies, I don't watch TV, I don't watch stuff like that. So I don't know where that would come from, really, with me. And I used to do that before I got hurt. I used to have a notebook, and I wrote down all my dreams. In fact, I had some visions, and I think one of them's for today. That'll, when I get enough time, when we talk about dreams. Wow, thank you, Protean. I'll make sure that it's this Saturday or Sunday. I don't know which day. I'm gonna shoot for like tomorrow night, but if you don't see me come on tomorrow night, Sunday night for sure. I know it's better for everybody on a Saturday night, so I'm really gonna try for Saturday night. But I had some visions, and I'll talk about that too, because I think dreams and visions are almost the same. Only in my visions, I wasn't asleep. I was actually praying, and was taken out of my body and shown some things. And I'll share that with you guys, because at the time I thought it was for then, and it was real, weird and real. And I thought it was for then, and that was like 1984 or 85. So here we are, 30 something years later, and now it's like everything's lining up for what I saw in the vision to happen and come to pass. It's happened. It's really ready right now. And that is something I want to talk about with you guys, because it's massive. It has a lot to do with prayer and our power we have with prayer. We're coming into a time, we're living in these times where our prayers are more powerful than they ever were. And I'll give you a little hint on, when you watch YouTube or you watch these preachers or anyone that they talk about stuff like this, they're gloom and dooming, almost like me. I'm talking about earthquakes and tsunamis and stuff like that. Everybody's gloom and dooming the end of the world, all this stuff. I don't think it is. There's going to be bad things happening, don't get me wrong, but from the prayer, the people are saying, because of how bad San Francisco is, or Chicago, or how bad the people are, the sinners and pornography, all this stuff, they think that the end of the world, we're going to get punished by God. Not. There's been people praying ever since this country became a country, and actually lots of people praying for this country over the years. And we never saw I guess you would say, the answer to the prayers. So all these people have been living and praying and praying and praying, and then die over century or two in the millions of people, and we never saw the prayers of those type of prayers be answered. Prayers for the people, prayers for our government, prayers for our nation. Now we're going to see, we are going to be living in the time of seeing those prayers come to fruition. And that's what I'm going to talk about along with dreams. So it'll be like a dream and vision show. But I really wanted to talk about everybody. I want to see if this dream thing is more there's more to it than if it's nothing, then I'll drop it. Because I mean, if there isn't as many as what I think might be going on, then I'll let it go. But if it turns out to be there's more to it than what I think, than what I even think, then we're gonna dog this one for a little bit, and we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty, and we're gonna see where this leads to, and what can we interpret it as a group on YouTube. Can we all get together and figure out what does all this mean, and where are we at it, and how close are we or far away from it? Hi Zeta, what's up, my brother? I hope it's cool over where you are. It's freaking burning hot over here. So I'm pretty much done. I just heard my sister and my mom come in, and I really do have to go check on my wife and make sure that I know it's like almost dinner time, so my turn to do dinner. And so I really got to go. Be looking for me tomorrow evening, and we'll get this ball rolling on this one. I'll try and do a little bit of research on seeing if there's a lot of people posting dreams on blogs, and I'll check the news on earthquakes and stuff like that, and really try to get a feel for what's going on, if there's anything going on, and we'll figure this out together. We'll figure this all out, and I hope you guys have a great, I think it's Friday, I'm not sure. Is it Friday? Yes. I want y'all to have a really great Friday night. Enjoy. Thank God it's Friday. And we shall see you tomorrow. And thank you for all your prayers, and keep on praying. Love you guys to the moon and